What defines a nation? Its landmarks? Its people? Or its culture? Taking you from the plains of the Serengeti to the busy streets of Shanghai, from the podium of renowned leaders to the workbench of undiscovered artisans. This is Portrait of a Nation.
The Economist's cover story in July 2000 labeled it the hopeless continent. Yet less than 11 years later, the magazine made a U-turn, proclaiming it the hopeful continent. The IMF estimates that by 2015, 7 of the 10 fastest-growing economies in the world will be in Africa. There's no doubt that Africa is challenging the prevailing perception of failure, famine, and conflict. International investors have taken note, seizing on opportunities across the continent. One country in particular has been leading the pack, with a GDP growth rate that earned it the accolade of being the fastest-growing economy in the world: Ghana.
When the first Europeans arrived, getting to the end of the 15th century, they found so much gold. That is why it was named the Gold Coast. It was also the time of the discoveries, the great explorations. So as the Gold Coast was discovered, then you got to the Americas were also discovered. And they wanted to have plantations, grow cotton, grow tobacco, grow sugar cane, and they discovered that the Africans they came to meet were very strong. So the Gold Coast became more or less like a slave coast.
Ancient forts recall the latter centuries, an era of traders from Europe, a time of gold and slavery, a time of darkness.
Emina Castle was built in 1482 by the Portuguese to protect what they had discovered. It was the first fortification that was built for the trade. So along the coast were dotted quite a number of these fortifications where slaves were kept and shipped off to the Americas.
One second past midnight, March the 6th, 1957. The moment has come. Here in West Africa, a nation is born. Ghana is free.
Ghana was the first country in sub-Saharan Africa to gain independence, and it was great news for Ghana and the rest of Africa. Fortunately, we had a leader, Kwame Nkrumah, who had experienced a bit of racism in the Americas, who had lived in Britain before, and so who was quite passionate about the rights of Ghanaians to take care of themselves. He said, we prefer independence with danger than servitude in tranquility. The single most important event that has taken place in Ghana since independence is the discovery of oil.